Do I get to show hideous looking me on camera because we're doing a get ready with me talkie video? Oh, we are. Ooh. Hi, where's the camera? There's the camera. It's big. I am Sammy. I'm full first name, Samantha-Aurora. I have been a trans woman for about the last year. My first YouTube video. So we're going to do a get ready with me signs that I was trans. I have a thing here, and also, if you're wondering about the voice, I'm trying to voice train and it's going terribly. So if anyone can help me, please help me. I had to close, the sun is right there, so I had to close this. My hair needs a wash, but I'm going to try and do some makeup for the day whilst I'm waiting on actual work to finish. So I'm actually trying to work at the same time, doing some NVIDIA Omniverse stuff because I'm a coder. But yeah, so I'm going to try and do this. Let's see how much I need to cut from this video when it's done. Yeah, I've been out as trans for coming up to a year now. And it was quite difficult to come out. I'd sat on it for around a year. So I've been with my partner for 3 years. She'll correct me on that. But I've been with my partner for quite a while now. I need to go down here to get some of these bits. Oh, also, for anyone who doesn't know, this is my makeup box. It won't focus. I've got NVIDIA blur stuff on because the background's a mess. So I'd had these thoughts for a while. So, let's give a background of me. So I was in a long-term relationship for most of my 20s, which ended poorly. That's a topic for another video. And I'm not gonna be able to do it through this camera. I'm gonna do it down here. And that took up most of my what's the right wording? It just took up most of my 20s, and so I never needed to want or think about my sexuality. I was in a hetero relationship. I was attracted to my partner at the time, and that was it. I was male. Now, I had always had these thoughts of women's clothes are better. I like makeup, but it's not for me because I'm a man, right? And I'd never wanted to act on those thoughts, those impulses. I have no script for this, by the way, so this is going to be pretty much rambling. And I'd had no want to act on those thoughts or impulses, just because the industry I was in, I was a chef at the time, wouldn't have taken too nicely to all of it. I mean, the people in it, yeah, but the industry less so. But also, I never had those thoughts. I never had the thought of trans. I never met a trans person. I never interacted with someone. I'd known non-binary people. I think there is one trans person that I met towards the end of my career. She's a lovely woman. And I met her at the start of her transition, and she is one of my inspirations to keep going. I have completely forgotten doing makeup. Yeah, so I started to really have the thoughts. So me and that long-term relationship split up in 2018. I then had a rebound relationship for roughly a year and a half, up till the start of 2020. So you can already see where this is going. 2020 was a hell of a year. But in those times, I really started to have more of these thoughts, and it actually started around sexuality. So I always thought I was a straight man. Although in my mind, that was always in question. I was attracted to dudes, but I just thought that was something that all men had. Egg crack, yeah. And it was really progressing down that experimental sexuality when it came to 2020. I started to realise that it went much deeper than just bisexual gay man. And in fact, I've decided not to put a label on it at all because I find it difficult to do so. I have no idea how to do foundation, by the way. I just squirt around a bunch and just sort of fill in. I've also got a cold. Nice. Yeah, I had trying to formulate my thoughts. So around sexuality is where it sort of started, and I just thought gay man, and now I do just designate myself as queer, because I don't think gay, bi or pan really fit. Even demisexual, which I've only really just started to understand the meaning of, I don't think that fits best either. And I thought, you know what, if I don't feel like I fit with any of these specific terms, what's the generic term? And that was queer. And I'm like, you know what, that suits me, right? I'll come out as queer. And then because in 2020 I had my first, how can I word this, it's YouTube friendly, experiences with the same assigned gender. And, you know, I enjoyed that. And so I was like, yep, that's all good. But then what really hit home was I had a relationship with a trans woman. I'm trying not to out any names here. And she was fantastically herself. She existed in her own body, and she was beautiful and like amazing. And it was literally just a fling. So it was nothing more than that, and we weren't made for each other, and we just parted separate ways. I look like a ghost now. Also, because of this being closed, I can't tell how well my makeup's going. Yeah, and that was that. It lasted for a little while, but it clicked that thing in my brain of, oh, you can just exist as you want to be, as you feel is right. Because I'd always thought that you'd have to like tick certain boxes to be trans, or you had to tick certain things, but you don't. You can just, the world, you can just exist as you want to. People have an issue with how you exist. That's their own problems. You should never have a problem with yourself. Big philosophy moment. And yeah, so I started to then really experiment more with who I thought I was. And this is when I went back to therapy, and that's a whole kettle of fish for another video. Like, but they start to bring up things that they say were signs, right? And so, well, not signs, but basically that's where I first was told to start looking at my gender. And in fact, I didn't get my gender dysphoria thing yet. I'm still waiting on that because, you know, the UK is screwed up. But I really started to look inwards at myself and be like, okay, so I'm having these thoughts. Let's look back on my life and see if anything pans out. And now, a main thing that always comes to mind is, I'm probably doing this terribly, by the way. Anyone got any tips on makeup? Let me know. This is just me trying to do whatever. I've got such sunken eyes. So, I've got a list here. Number one was, and this is, I keep flitting around a bit. This is really difficult for me to actually just come out and say, because I've never really formulated this into words, and that's sort of what I want to do to help people. I realised a little while ago, so I'd never had to sit there and formulate it in words, and so this is hopefully helping. I've had some people message me about, how did you come out? How's best? And I'm like, look, my way is super unique. I have a really supportive family, fiance, and everything. So I never really had to think about it because I knew I'd be accepted. And so I don't say, take my advice and run with it, because it might not fit for you. You know your own lives. You know how you are feeling. You do you. Pop off, queen. I feel so weird still saying stuff like that. But okay, back to the list of things that I think really pen home of things that make me see that I'm not my assigned gender at birth. That is really difficult to word out. So, number one was, I've never felt like a man. In all of my years, I've never sat there and gone, haha, I am a man. Now, I always struggled to grow a beard, and I thought that would make me feel like a man. And then when I did, I didn't like my beard, and I really hated it on me. there's actually such a thing I've seen people saying as like a dysphoria beard, where they grow a beard just before they're about to come out, and I so did that. I've made these bits up here far too dark and far too forward. I always do it far too forward. But yeah, I've never wanted to fit in with men. I've always felt unsure around large groups of men, and even being in them when I was I was presenting male as well, and that's always been a thing. And I work in quite a male-dominated environment, and that's just a thing that I've always felt and always had. But yeah, I've never felt like a manly man. I've never gone man. And that was the easiest thing to drop when I came out, was, am I a guy? No. Done. Fine. Super happy. Like that. It was the quickest thank God moment I had, because now I didn't have to keep assuming I was having to put up this facade of trying to fit in with the other guys. And I kept this very repressed as well. A lot of my friends when I came out were like, is this a joke? Because if so, I don't get it, but if not, pop off. And I'm like, yeah, that's completely fine, because I hid a lot of these personal feelings and opinions about myself. Okay, number 2. I'm really getting through this list very slowly. I have 5 things. So I was trying to mask any femininity that I had when I walked, and this is actually something that I've always thought on, was every second, this could be an autistic thing, every second of every day when I was existing before, I was trying to think about how I was holding myself, think about how I was speaking, think about how I was standing, man walking along, angry face, like walking very ploddily, like really trying hard to just fit in with every other guy around me, and that was really draining. Like, I did that at work, and I did that everywhere, and even when I was out at home but not out at work, I was still doing that, and it was really, really difficult for myself. So after that, and I talked to my partner about this a bit as well, when I felt like I didn't have to put on this facade anymore. Oh, I put on a bit too much blush. I started being a lot more camp, a lot more feminine. I didn't even like outwardly do it. I'm just started to hold myself camper, hold myself being like more femme, and it's just coming naturally because I'm starting to let go of the things that I was holding on to before. Third one is a big one that I've heard a lot of other trans people have. So Halloween's, I'd get dressed up as a woman sometimes, most of the time. Yeah, so, and it was in that realization of, oh, you are being dressed up like this, and seeing myself in I had myself done up as a goth girl once, and that was, thinking back, one of the biggest, like, I want to exist as that, and I'm not even goth. But seeing yourself in those clothing that you always think you can never wear, and the makeup, really starts to bring home that feeling of, I want to be this way. And obviously everything's a journey, right? So I then didn't dress up for a long time until I actually came out, and I'd lost all ability to do any makeup or anything like it. And I was super happy recently when I got to this point where my makeup's not the best, my skills aren't the best, but I can look at myself and be happy. And it's really that, that ping of euphoria was the first time I had it when people started to dress me up, just as femme, and I'd never had that before then. Is that anywhere near even? Alright, my PlayStation was talking to me. Now I get to from launch eyeliner. I'm really struggling to get through this. I've been recording for 17 minutes and I've barely got through anything I wanted to talk on. I am very rambly, and I think I like this style though, right? We're just gelling. We're just having a little girl chat. A big one. It's not like a huge "you are trans if you do this." I will always say that to people, but it's a huge one that points out how I have felt playing as a girl in video games. So, I'm old. I'm 31. It's not old, but I'm older than a lot of the trans kids I'm seeing nowadays. A lot of people look up to me, even though I am a newbie, just because I'm older. When I really look at them for a lot of my inspiration. And Pokemon Crystal, I had to really delve back into this. Pokemon Crystal was the first game where I played as a girl. And I played as a girl because it's something new. And then I continued it. If I do this, I get to play as the pretty person. I get to play as the thing that's prettier and better. And I would always say, no, it's just because I want to look at something pretty when I'm playing a game. Looking back now, you look at my Pokemon characters, right? I really kitted them out. I was really fashionable in the games. I'd dress them up, have certain hairdos, certain colour palettes and everything for them. Yeah. And so I wouldn't say this makes you trans. Take none of these as this makes you trans. This is my experience and what I've really thought of within the last couple of days when I'm trying to think of, I want to make a video like this. The last thing, I wouldn't say it's really a sign. It's something I've noticed more upon finding myself. The girl that I always tried to, that this is your type girl, that I was looking at in the past, didn't exist. That wasn't something I was going for. I told you my sexuality. I'm queer. I am attracted to all the spectrum of gender, and that girl that I was thinking was my type didn't actually exist as my type. That's the girl I wanted to live as. And so I'd found myself attracted to hanging out with those people, hanging around them, and then, getting misinterpreted signs of physical attraction towards them, which never worked out, because that's not what I wanted in life, because that's me. And actually, that's the girl I post online now, is that girl that I was always trying to chase. If you get... chase is a bad term to use in a trans video. That's the girl that I always felt was me. And that's actually been a quite recent realization, is that I am the girl that I've always wanted. It's going to be terrible makeup. I'm the girl that I've always wanted, and I just never knew it back then. And so that long-term relationship that I said about my 20s, I actually talked to them quite a bit about this. They're super supportive, still friends. There's reasons. If you know the reasons, you know why. If not, it might come out one day. So I put this up about it and said, what if I'd have came out when we were together? And she said, yeah, we wouldn't have stayed together. And I was like, yeah, no, we wouldn't have. She's not a queer woman. She is not attracted to women. And it would have, likely, how we were at the time, probably would have tried to make it work, but it wouldn't have worked. And that's completely fine. And it's actually talking to people from my past about who I am now and seeing how they... I think I'm running out of this. Again, really hard to do. And seeing how they actually realise that past me is me. All those signs, all those little pointers and everything were always me, and now I'm just getting to unabashedly live as me with my wonderful fiance who accepts every single bit of me. And I think that's the bit, this whole transition that's made it a lot easier, is having an amazing family to lean on. So my family themselves, they're all progressive. I even found out recently my dad's progressive, and I don't talk to him much, and it was a shock to find he was progressive. And yeah, it was super easy to come out to my family, because I knew that anyone who had an issue with it, I would likely wasn't talking to anyway. The only people I was worried about were the old people, like my granny, who was 84 when I came out to her. And she was just like, as long as you're you, I love you for you, and as long as you're still getting married. That was that was the big one. She just wanted to make sure that my partner was okay. Oh my god, I'm so messing this all up today. Oh my god, look at this eyeliner. I've seen a bloody snail do it better. Oh well. It's so uneven. I need to get better at eyeliner. But yeah, like, my transition's still ongoing, and I've started putting myself out online just because I want to share the experience. I found that obviously a lot going on in the world today is very anti-trans, and I want to make sure that the people around me are, the people that need help, know that I'm here to talk to. I want to try and make videos. If anyone has a suggestion for more videos on trans topics, I will cover as much as I know. I won't ever try and talk about something I don't know. Like, this one was my experience with trans and the trans issues of the day. No, it was me coming out as trans. I will be doing some videos on politics. I got some cool little things coming up about the general election that just happened. But yeah, I'm almost ready, so we are coming to the end of this video. But yeah, let me do my lipstick and then I'll finish the sentence. I really have never felt more mental clarity coming out as trans and being who I am every single day, internally, externally now. Never felt that than ever before recently. And so anyone who is debating it and know they can come out in a safe space, so I'm not saying like if you're in a deep red state or like, you know, deep Russia, come out, keep yourself safe, but also if you can come out safely, do it, because the only person who's waiting on it is you. The only person who gets affected by it is you. You are yourself, and people either need to accept that or they just can move on. And yeah, be yourself, be true to yourself. It's the only way you'll be 100% happy in life. But yeah, that is a very rambly video. I'm going to get better at these over time, and I might come back to this topic when I've got my thoughts a little more formulated. I do have new therapy coming up. Oh, look how much prettier I looked at the start of the video. If I roll this back a little. I'm ill and everything, and to be honest, I don't even think I've done it this well today. Right there, I'm missing the last step. So how long is this? 26 minutes. That's probably going to be like a 10-minute video if I cut out all the me not being able to say my words. But yeah, I hope this has helped someone out there, but more I just wanted to put my thoughts out online. If I... But yeah, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it's been quite relaxing, just listen to me rant. I will be doing, so this YouTube channel is going to be mainly this, trans topics. I'm going to do some coding videos. I'm also going to do some gaming videos. But I'm going to also try just do a lot of my gaming on Twitch, so follow me on there. I think I've got all my links set up on my page. Go follow me there. And also, like, I say my hair is terrible, I do love it today. But yeah, so thank you for joining me. I keep looking down here. There is actually a little thing that I can click on, which is the eye contact. So I'm now always looking at the camera. I hate it though. But thank you for joining. Thank you for just listening to me rant. I need to do it to help my own mental headspace. And so I hope anything out there can help. I'll respond to nice comments with anything more, and any other ideas on further videos, please just let me know, because if it's something I can talk on, I will try and talk on it, because I want to try and empower the community further. I just need to know how, if that makes any sense. Right, I love you all. Catch you later, cuties.